Hello, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Christina. Today I'm going to prepare Latin-inspired favorites, tortas, which are Mexican sandwiches, and Cubanos, which is another Latin-inspired sandwich. I'm making them both with pork carnitas, which is just shredded pork that I made the other day. I will leave a link below to that video if you haven't already seen it. Okay, I'm ready to get started. Okay, so for my tortas, my Mexican sandwich, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm making a sauce. I'm going to put these tomatoes and broil them in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes total. So I'm going to put these in for 4 minutes to start. Take a look at them. After 4 minutes, I'm going to flip them over and put them in a little longer. All right, they are starting to blister. And now it's time to turn them over. And they go in for another 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, they're perfect. Okay, so I just took the tomatoes out of the broiler, and this is how you want them to be. You want them to be partially cooked, charred, blistered. And next, I'm ready to make the sauce. All right, so I'm ready to get the sauce together. And what I'm going to do is put my tomatoes in my blender. And here comes the semi-homemade part. I am also adding chipotle sauce. I do enjoy this brand by La Costeña, and this is a 7.5 ounce can. And next I chopped up a 1/4 of an onion. Here I have my spices, salt, oregano, cumin, and I also have a garlic clove. And next I'm going to puree them. So now that my sauce is ready, I'm going to show you how I assemble my torta. This is bolillo bread, which I found at my local grocery store. I'm going to butter it and put it on the grill to warm it up. So instead of buttering my bread, I'm going to butter the pan. And that way it's nicely melted and the bread will pick up the butter. And I'm going to turn my burner onto a medium-high. I want to make sure all that butter is picked up. And while it's grilling on that side, I'm going to add butter to the top of it. It's kind of a lazy way to add butter. And I'm also going to add a little salt and pepper to my bread here. And then once I flip it over, I'm going to add a little salt and pepper to it again on the inside. Okay, I'm going to take a peek at my bread here. Perfect. Squeeze it down, let it cook up the rest of that butter, and I'm going to add a little more butter to it while it's cooking here. right, let's get that off the burner. We don't want it to get too dark. Pick up the rest of that butter in the pan. That's the good stuff right there. Okay, come on. All right, now we're ready to make our sandwich. Okay, as you can see here, I have all my toppings ready to go. I have my carnitas here, which I did warm up. I warmed them up in the microwave just really quickly. I'm just going to load this up with my shredded pork here. Oops, I think I got to get in there. All right, and now our sauce that we made, just gonna dress it with the sauce. And some tomatoes, some lettuce, and I do love avocados, so I'm gonna add that. Whoops. Let's get back in here. Oh boy. And then lastly, a little more salt, a little pepper, and just a drizzle of oil. And it's done. Take a look at that. Isn't that fabulous? Okay, so I'm going to get started and show you how to assemble the Cubano sandwich. Okay, so I'm going to start by cutting my bolillo bread in half. And next I'm going to take my Dijon mustard and put some on both sides. All right, then we want to move on to our Swiss cheese. And I'm just going to cut it so that it fills in the bread and doesn't stick out too far past the bread. All right, and now we want pickles. These are butter pickles. They have a little bit of sweetness to them. And next, ham. And this is just deli ham. And now I'm going to add my shredded pork, my carnitas. All right, and then more cheese. Add this on the top. The cheese is the glue that's going to keep everything together after it goes in the oven and cooks. All right. So what I like to do is I like to kind of just squeeze it. And next I'm going to wrap it in foil. Put it in the oven at 350 for 15 minutes. Okay, so I just took out my Cubano sandwich from the oven, and it was in for 15 minutes at 350. fun part. Take a peek at that. Okay. Cut into this. Oh, it is certainly nice and hot. Layers and layers of flavor. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed all my recipes, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to this channel. Thanks so much. See you next time.